Welcome back to The Great Expanse by John Depp 426 here on YouTube. It's always a pleasure to film these videos, record them, upload them, put my unique spin on them for your viewing pleasure, for your listening pleasure. And if you've liked the videos that you've seen thus far, hit that like button. If not, hit the dislike button. Share these videos with other people that you know that like comic book related stuff as much as you do. Subscribe to the channel, hit that bell for notifications. Which one? All. Not personalized on the one underneath, but all. So the next time, nope, not gonna make it. Next time a new video's drop, you'll know by the second, I'll know by the first. No one breath challenge today, no one breath chant, but oh well. You know what the video's about. You click the thumbnail. It's about Invincible Season 2. This episode was called It's Been a While, Mark. And as you see, I have guests. I have Big Little Sis. Say your name.
My name's still Kelly.
All right, next to her.
Sim, the Simster, Iceberg Sim, Sim Burton, Sim Duncan, Sim Hardaway. We'll do all those are the Sims I am today.
Sim?
Yeah, I said Iceberg Sim.
Okay.
Those are all the Sims I am today. Either way, at the end of the day, I'm Sim.
Okay. And you may have recognized this other young man by not recognizing him at all because he didn't have his face disclosed on the Across the Spider-Verse review that we did at Uno's. Introduce yourself.
Good evening, everybody. I am the Sauce Boy 6 Billion. How y'all doing?
Well, as I said, this episode, was called It's Been a While, Mark. So at the end of the last episode, we saw that Mark was transported to a planet far away from Earth, okay? And these praying mantis-looking creatures are the main inhabitants, and the monarch of their planet is none other than Omni-Man. Nolan Grayson. Okay, the father of Omni-Man. Okay, I mean the father of Invincible. Excuse me. And he gave kind of a weak cover story, the alien that actually transported them there. But either way, Mark is where Omni-Man wanted them. Okay, and they had their long-awaited reunion, which is about a month. I believe it's been a month.
Yeah, it's been a month.
He and Mark destroyed Chicago. But thoughts on the episode?
Thoughts on the episode? I thought it was more funny than anything else. Watching Mark respectfully speak to his dad again.
Yeah, respectfully.
I mean, understandably, there was much angst, between Mark and his father, especially after what happened, the last time he saw his father.
Yeah.
And surprisingly, and I said this, I said don't fight. Because it would just been another one of those corny superhero tropes where there's like no communication first. There's just immediately.
I'm actually very glad they didn't fight.
Right, because they both balled their fists, so he was ready for it. And then when Mark lunged at him, Omni-Man got into I'm not gonna say defensive stance, but he had his fist cock, but Mark hugged him instead.
I'm glad Mark hugged him. He was still mad at him, but he hugged him.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of high tension.
I thought, I just like that. I'm glad they didn't get into no fight. That would have been stupid.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
It's probably my favorite episode.
Really?
Yeah, it's my favorite episode so far. It's definitely my favorite episode. One of my reasons. I mean, it's a small one, but it's also a big one. Finally seeing Mark not just get mocked the whole entire episode. So that's decent. He didn't just get beat up again. I mean, he kind of did. But
Yeah.
but
he's always getting trashed.
He actually fought back and
He made us
For
proud.
defended himself.
Right. Because he finally said to treat this Viltrumite. Well, might as well get into it. That's what the episode's about.
Yeah.
But Sauce Boy, why don't you bring us up to speed as to why Mark had to fight?
So, in this episode, the real reason Mark was called to this planet was because his father, Nolan, needed his assistance in dealing with the incoming Viltrumite threat that he knew was fast approaching the planet. Now, unknown to Nolan, they arrived a little ahead of schedule, so
now I'm suspicious about the times. I said this while we were watching. I said so they just made landfall, immediately.
Yeah.
This seemed
I was wondering. I mean, it could be something, but it could also be nothing. It could just be like, hey, they came much earlier than he anticipated because he did want to train with Mark so he could be stronger in order to fight these Viltrumites.
Exactly.
But they came prematurely.
Okay.
And Mark, he You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he was getting trashed at first, but that's because he was being all so like, I'm gonna kill her. It's like, okay, they're gonna kill you if you don't kill them. So, you know what I'm saying?
This one was steamed.
I still am because he obviously has enough power, or he's strong enough to at least give them a good fight, but he's still fighting like a girl. And I mean,
Which is ironic.
Some girls can fight, but I'm just saying, like, if someone is going to kill me, I'm going to try and kill you. I'm not holding back. I don't care. I don't care if it's not in my nature to kill.
Yeah, he's like...
At this point, I'm going to survive this battle.
Yeah.
Right, and it's not like there weren't any stakes. We're talking about an extinction level event.
Exactly. Literally, an extinction level event. Like, he had no reason to not act with the force of killing somebody. Like, she's gonna kill you. Gonna let her kill you because you don't want to kill someone? Okay. So
and remember, it's not just him. Now, when Mark was introduced, reintroduced to his father introduced a cricket and a child.
Mm-hmm.
So his father remarried, recopulated, and had a son that looked like a purple version of baby Mark.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if it's because the skies on that planet were purple. That's why the kid is purple. Maybe he just like sucks in, the sun's radiation or whatever.
I mean, the sanctions are
They're blue.
color.
They're blue.
Yeah, I mean, blue is pretty close to purple.
No, he's like almost the exact same color as the skies above the planet. The little baby.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So I don't know if it's because of the radiation of that sun or whatever.
Why wouldn't it be because like
with a mixture of their blood?
Yeah. Why wouldn't it be? Why wouldn't that play a factor?
Red and blue.
I'm just throwing out ideas. They don't really explain it.
It doesn't matter. I still think Mark should have kicked her butt.
Right. So like I agree with Kel. I mean, it's like you have to fight for yourself, for your half brother, and for your stepmother.
Yeah.
Because he was angry at the fact he has accused his father of replacing him and his mother with the cricket lady. Not from the commercials, but this cricket, and I forgot what her name was. I thought it was gonna be like something like, you know what I mean? Something that was like, when he introduced her, I was about to crack up laughing that her name was gonna be like, that sounded like a praying man's chirp.
Yeah, I thought it was like Kirk or Blanc or something.
And I don't remember what the baby's name was. Does anybody remember?
He just called him his brother.
No, he doesn't. Excuse me, y'all must not have been paying attention. The mom said that they let the children choose their own names.
They did say that.
When they come of age.
Right.
No one's paying attention.
I remember that, but I'm glad you brought it up though. So okay, let's skip back across the galaxy. Okay, let's go back to Earth. And this goes back to the second review that we did when I said that they wrote Debbie weaker. Okay, remember that long conversation we had?
Yeah.
Okay, I think I know why I think that she's being written just summarily weaker. In the comic books, her problem is alcoholism. They don't explore that at all. You know what I mean? Because like she has like a hard time dealing with Nolan and she turns to drinking, and so they've wiped that out.
I don't know why. That would have been a good edit.
So that's why I'm like, why is she weaker? You know what I mean? It's like now if they would have dealt with the alcoholism.
Okay.
There's no doubt. I'm like, this is why she's weaker because of alcoholism.
Just alcoholism?
Yeah, but
alcoholism will end your life.
Just the alcoholism, though?
Yeah, alcoholism is enough to seriously reduce you to like depression and stuff like that, and make you like.
Yeah, but who was the guy who visited her and said that you were stronger even than Nolan?
That was the Taylor, played by Mark Hamill, also known as Luke Skywalker.
I didn't hear his voice, but he told her that she was stronger because Nolan was always off somewhere on some mission and she was at home
raising the child.
Exactly. So he said, "You have no superpowers. Look at everything."
He said, "What you got is real strength. He just has powers."
And those were all my arguing points from 2 weeks ago. She was the strongest in the family, one of the strongest characters on the show. But I just feel like them leaving out the alcoholism made me just look at it as if they were just writing her just weaker for the sake of the depression. You know what I mean? Because if the alcoholism was a part of it, we probably never would have had that discussion. Because then we would have visually seen why she's significantly weaker.
But you think depression doesn't make you weak?
You think the drinking makes it worse?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Depression makes what worse?
No, drinking.
I'm saying the alcoholism would have been her coping mechanism for the depression.
Oh yes, yeah, of course, right.
Yeah,
I dig that. I'm just saying, like, I'm saying, like, are you saying that you feel like it would make more sense for her to be weaker just if she was drinking? That's what I'm asking. I'm asking.
Say that again.
I'm saying, like, would it make more sense for her to be weaker in, like, her boldness if she was drinking? If she had an alcohol problem?
Did she become an alcoholic after Nolan left?
Yeah, in a comic book, she
Oh.
turned into
Yeah,
alcohol.
in the comic book, she's an alcoholic.
Yeah.
After,
But they just omitted the alcoholism, and I'm thinking that's probably why. Why is she just weaker? Like it's bad enough that you're depressed because of everything that happened, but it was like compounded by her alcoholism. You know what I mean? So when I'm reading the comic, I'm not like, I wonder why she's weaker. You know what I mean? It's like she's turned to alcohol. So anyway, that's just a point that I threw out. But anyway, in this episode, I feel like she kind of made a big step.
Yeah.
Because first, like, her hair was undone. Like, she's, like, walking around. And it looked like she was drinking.
Yeah.
So that's why that reminded me of that point. And I said, what did I say? What did I say she should do?
She should move.
Right. And then it looked like she was
She's
either
getting ready to move.
Yeah,
getting ready to move. Like, she, like,
moved.
packed up a lot of his books.
Yeah.
And it's funny about the books. Anybody want to bring that point up?
Read my books, Mark.
Right.
Yeah, them books, they're needed. So I pointed out that Nolan probably wrote in those books the weaknesses of the Viltrumites. He just disguised them in the form of comic books.
Right.
Yeah.
Written
Novels.
as fiction. Right.
Yeah.
They're like, what the heck is a Viltrumite? You know.
Yeah, it's just, like not even knowing like that's what the source material is, Viltrumites and whatnot.
All right. So the three Viltrumites that like impaled Alan in the previous episode are the exact three that show up to this planet. I have a problem with that. How did they find Nolan so fast?
I would like to know. I would love to know.
How did they know where Nolan was? Nolan. Now in this episode, excuse me.
So he said they were tracking him. They'll find him any
Yeah,
minute.
He said they were actively tracking.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
said
he
that they
did
would
say
so.
find them. And that's why he called Mark there to help him fight against them.
Yeah, because he knew they was coming.
But then when they showed up, he said it's too soon.
Yeah, because he
He
wanted
said
to train him in order to be able to successfully fight against them.
Mm-hmm.
But he's like outside of the solar system. Like remember, he's at the end of a galaxy where like a black hole was, and that's where I thought he was contemplating suicide.
Mm-hmm.
I thought because it was like he was just wanted to like drift in. Like remember, he's kind of like in a superhero hover pose. Then he kind of just like went limp, and I was like, maybe he's trying to kill himself. But then that ship went out of commission. That's where he met the Thraxans, not to be confused with the Flaxans,
Yeah.
who are also bug-like people.
That got us maybe.
So that's why I was figuring maybe he was contemplating suicide.
I thought he was just exhausted and depressed after,
Flying for so long.
flying for, all by himself, flying for so long,
And that was a great moment.
almost beating his son to a pulp.
Right.
And just all he had was himself and time to think of everything that he did.
Right.
So,
And that brings up a conversation point that I thought about while watching the episode. I want to bring it up now. All right, what are you guys' thoughts? Now, you guys saw season 1. All right. What do you think Nolan's mindset was in terms of getting the planet ready for the Viltrumite Empire? Because his whole attitude changed when Mark got his powers.
Yeah.
Like he was like snapping and whatever, and like he was sort of hot tempered, short fused.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Mark wasn't born with the powers.
No.
No, he wasn't. He was a late bloomer.
And it was a very comedic scene where he got his powers.
Yeah.
Because if you ever worked in fast food, like the door out to the dumpster, like is one of those that closes automatically. So he's like hauling this big bag of trash, trying to push, like throw the door open, but it always closes because of security reasons. Then he like split the bottom of the bag, so he's like dripping stuff all over the pavement. And you know how those dumpsters are, like he tried to push the door open and like fell back. I was like, this is like real. Somebody must have filmed somebody doing this in real life, or they just know how it is with these dumpsters. So we put the first bag in, so they had to push the door open. Then the second bag he like threw in the orbit. So his power kicked in that fast. All right, so I'm sorry, I said all that just to let you say this.
I think his mindset was like, it's finally time. Because I think, like, he kind of started, because they showed during the, like, was it the flashback with the baseball game? How Nolan thought it was all, like, kind of stupid. And then when, he actually saw his son, like, score that first home run, he actually felt happy for him. So then as he's growing up, he's like, okay, well, maybe before I commit mass genocide, maybe I can, make sure my son is prepared to commit that genocide with me.
Yeah.
What do you think, Mark?
I agree. I'm pretty sure he planned on doing that with his son. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he didn't have his powers and all that, so I think he's just like, you know what, maybe I'm gonna just take a little while to think about it. But when he got his powers, he was like, now I can finish my destiny type thing. So I just think, what?
No.
Oh, okay.
So did he try to convince Mark to help him take over the planet?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
After Chicago was half murdered.
Yeah, he tried to convince him, all right.
Now, I'm going to be honest. I don't think he ever wanted to enact that plan. Like, I think if Mark would have never gotten his powers, he would have never had to slaughter anybody.
I agree.
I think he was perfectly content to just, like, kind of live low-key.
Yeah. I think he was ready to just live like a normal life.
Because I think that's why he was snapping. He's like, don't talk to your mother like that. And then he was like saying, are you questioning me? Talking to
Mark.
What's her name? Debbie. Like, and she's like, what's wrong with you? And he's like, I don't know. I'm just. It's like, dag. Now I gotta do this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, then he had to kill the Guardians of the Globe.
Yeah, I think he was really conflicted. I don't think he ever really wanted to do it.
Yeah, I don't think he wanted to do it at all.
Yeah.
So what does Mark's powers have to do with him having to take over the planet?
Because now Mark can be almost like a rival. Like, now he's not the most powerful person on the planet. Potentially, Mark could challenge him. That's why I think that's what I thought he saw personally. Mm-hmm. It's like, okay, now there's another Viltrumite on the planet. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? When typically only one Viltrumite takes over the planet, gets it ready for the Viltrumite Empire.
Yeah, it's supposed to be one Viltrumite assigned per planet. That's how it's supposed to be. In the comics, I do know that Mark surpasses his father in terms of strength. He becomes the strongest Viltrumite.
Spoiler!
That's in the comics.
I didn't finish the comics.
I didn't. I thought you knew that. Sorry. No,
it's cool.
No, but yeah, like that's what's supposed to happen.
He embraces the hybrid trait.
And I feel like honestly, the writer of Invincible low-key takes a little inspiration from Dragon Ball Z. That's one of the most influential pieces of art in history. But that's
Why
another
you say
conversation.
that?
Yeah.
So I'll expound upon it. So Goku, right, main character that everybody should know, has a child with Chi-Chi. Right? Now Goku is a completely different being from a different planet.
Right.
Guess what those beings were known for? Destroying planets and selling them to the highest bidder.
Selling them?
Yeah.
Yes.
Destroying planets and selling
I don't know anything about Dragon Ball Z.
So listen, the Saiyans are supposed to be pretty much like Viltrumites. They're Superman. Right?
Okay.
Just a planet full of Superman.
I see videos on YouTube all the time about Superman versus Goku, and they say it wouldn't be close.
Yeah.
Goku would have obliterated Superman.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, in a lot of cases.
In a lot of cases, yes. But pretty much, yeah. And on Planet Vegeta, where all the Saiyans are from, that's what they do. They take over planets and then they sell them.
I thought that was a person, Vegeta.
No, he's named after the planet.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, he's named after the planet.
No, he's named after the king, and the king
is named after the planet.
No. The king named the planet. The planet wasn't theirs at all.
Oh.
They stole the planet, and then the king, being the strongest one there, named the planet after himself.
I named this planet me. Alright, so continue.
But yeah, so Goku, however, his story is a bit different. He, yes, was sent to Earth to also take it over. However, he was a baby when he was sent there, so he had like he had no idea that this was his destiny. He just grew up amongst humans like a normal person. He ended up getting his powers. I mean, he had them since he was a baby, but like...
It's about Goku still.
Yeah, Goku. Goku had his powers since he was a baby, but he just grew up like Superman.
He grew up like
in the sense of he just grew up like a human. You know what I'm saying? With his granddad. They had a farm, right?
No, but his grandpa lived out in the mountains.
Yeah.
So either way, it's like not...
He was kind of like a hermit. He kind of lived out in the mountains. Found Goku, dropped him as a baby.
Okay. Please don't drop your children.
Yeah, Goku landed on Earth in a space shuttle.
Yeah,
really?
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, so Dragon Ball Z taking inspiration from
Superman, right?
Gotcha.
Exactly.
But they're supposed to be two different characters. But that's a different conversation.
Because people compare Omni-Man more to Superman.
Yeah, because he's a lot like him. But
so you can say that Invincible kind of takes a hint from Superman as opposed to Dragon Ball Z.
No, it's Dragon Ball Z, and I'll tell you why.
People are trying to take over the planet.
Exactly.
Right.
He wasn't sent to the planet to do that.
Idea of Superman with the mentality of Saiyans.
I mean, because ultimately, this is based on Oedipus.
Mm.
You know, from Greek mythology, the Oedipus complex, where in psychology, they say that the son wants to take the place of his father and marry his mother.
Yeah,
So it's ultimately, the Oedipus complex.
that's where it comes from. Okay. Well, but yeah, so Goku, he grows up on the planet, and then here comes another Saiyan that he doesn't know, who happens to be his brother. Okay, his name is Raditz. Raditz comes and says, Kakarot, you're sent here to take over the planet.
Oh, his real name is Kakarot.
Yeah, that's the Saiyan name.
name.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's like, Kakarot, you were supposed to take over the planet. Da-da-da-da. Goku's just like, no, I don't know about that. I don't remember that.
I don't remember that.
He's like, I don't remember none of that. So he ends up having to fight his brother. I think you see the similarities here between like Invincible and Dragon Ball Z. He ends up having to kill his brother,
Now, who sent Goku to Earth?
His dad.
his father.
His dad, however, sent him to Earth to save him from
Yeah.
the destruction of his planet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Which,
like
that one is more like Superman.
that sense in that sense is more like Superman. But now the real connection is Goku has a child with a human by the name of Chi-Chi. They have a son named Gohan, and Gohan has the potential to surpass his father in strength, in terms of strength.
However,
So those are where the similarities with Mark and
Exactly.
Deadpool.
yes.
Yeah, because in Invincible the comic, Mark has the potential, and in the comics does surpass his father in terms of strength.
And
So
much like Gohan, or much like, I guess, in the same sense of Mark, Gohan wants to live more like a human than he wants to live like a Saiyan.
right.
Gotcha.
Except Goku's okay with that, unlike Omni very well.
Yeah. I don't even know if it was okay. Goku was like, fine.
That's fair. It's fair.
Because again, Goku grew up like Superman. He grew up as a human, so he's like, okay, he wants to be a human. He can be a human. You know what I mean?
All right, so obviously Dragon Ball Z has more influence on American culture than I realized. Just like I said, I haven't watched Dragon Ball Z. But you said this was your favorite episode of the season so far?
I would say this is my favorite episode of the season so far. To see Mark not get completely wiped was nice. To see his interaction with him and his father after what his father did on Earth was nice. Seeing Debbie move on.
Right. And then we got a little more Adam and Eve this time.
Yeah, a little more.
It was almost shoehorned in, though.
A little bit.
It's like, why was Kill Cannon even in this episode?
Yeah, I'm like, why?
He's like, I'm gonna steal this from Robot. It's like, why do you know where their base is?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, but why was the blue guy in it?
you gotta
The
Mauler.
clone.
The Mauler.
The Mauler.
That was after credits.
Yeah, that's an after credit though.
Well,
no.
They showed him
in the
actual
actual
I
clone.
mean, during the episode.
You're right.
Yeah, so they didn't show him during the episode.
Right. And now I might be wrong about this, but I said maybe Cecil paid the Maulers to clone Donald.
Yeah, you did say that.
Now that's another thing, because when Donald tried to get his blood sample, I said he should have just flossed his teeth hard to get blood out, but he went to go for the wrist, the jugular or whatever. Not the jugular, not the femoral artery. What's this? You're the nurse.
Radio.
Radio artery?
Radio.
The radio. I mean, he's like in the bathroom, like, he's like, ooh, blood. But then he looked at the tip of the knife, and it was like, bam.
Yeah.
So it was like,
Tip of the knife.
and he did that to make sure he was human, but it's like,
I don't know, man.
not quite human if you're
Right.
denting at the tip of a knife.
Like, I mean, yeah, you bleed, but
I think we're just going to take off his glasses and poke out his eye like the Terminator.
Oh, Lord.
That's what I was waiting for.
All right, so my theory is maybe the Maulers clone Donald. I'm not sure. Or maybe it's like a fail-safe or contingency for everybody in the GDF. So that
How important
everybody's
is
there.
Donald that he has to even be there, though?
we don't really know.
We don't
that.
know.
we don't really know. So I'm sure maybe, and see, I don't even know why I haven't read that far in the comic books. I don't even know why Cecil has that scar on his face.
Yeah.
I don't either, actually. I actually don't know.
Now, I thought I heard on a different site, don't quote me on this, okay, but they said like the only thing that's left of the real Cecil is that like flaccid skin on his face. And everything else is like artificial.
Right.
Why? What happened to him?
As I said, don't quote me on that, but I believe, I don't know if I read it somewhere or if I actually heard somebody say it.
But some other lady who worked with him had the same exact scar.
Oh, wait, that was an alternate.
No, that was an alternate
reality.
dimension. That was Cecil from another dimension.
Right.
And Donald from another dimension.
And that was the one where the black dude that blew up every, did you see the first episode of this season?
Of this season?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. But like, the black dude that tried to like suck all the information out of his alternate multiversal cells, and he had that big machine. Shit, remember all those blue guys came out to try to fight Invincible?
Oh, maybe I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Right. So that was an alternate reality. David didn't actually work for the GDF, which is the Global Defense. I'm sorry, GDA, right?
I think it's the G.
GDA, Global Defense Association or Authority or Agency or whatever.
Something like that. It could be the GDF, GDA, same thing, man.
Invincible
Tomato,
Shield.
tomato.
Basically.
Yeah.
Basically Invincible.
Literally, that's all.
All right, Sauce Boy 6 Billion, since you're our guest this time around, okay? What grade do you give this episode, It's Been a While, Mark?
I'll give this episode an 8 out of 10. I don't think I can see too much wrong with it, except for them kind of shoehorning in with Eve, the Mullers. Yeah, Eve, the Mullers, and kind of Mark. I understand why Mark got back to getting his butt kicked, but
Oh, we really didn't explore that avenue yet either.
yeah, no, because during the episode, Mark gets into a fight with one of the older Viltrumites, essentially a grandma of the Viltrumites. But
Right, she had that hair
she has an extremely long braid with
like
a knife
Bianca
attached to
Belair
it.
from WWE.
Yeah, an extremely long braid with a knife attached to it. And, you know, during the fight, Mark has to get basically punched in the face a little bit before he convinces himself, maybe I should fight back.
Well, remember,
No,
his dad told
had
him.
to tell him.
Yeah, and his
Like,
dad
you
had
gotta
to tell him.
Right, his dad said, stop fighting like a human and start fighting like a Viltrumite.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Which he did, but, you know, when it finally came to actually, you know, do the deed, he still couldn't do it, which that's fine. He's not a killer, but, like, I was thinking, like, I'm not gonna try and at least, like, knock her out.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, at least knock her out. Like,
Oh, okay, right. But he's the only child, and his mother is his rock. So maybe he just has a thing about doing harm to women. Maybe. Okay. You expound on it.
maybe doing harm in general.
Expound on what? I would have killed her.
You don't have that problem because you're a woman.
What? I'd have killed a man if he was trying to kill me.
Exactly. You're a woman. Would you have a problem killing a female?
If she's trying to kill me, no. Absolutely
Exactly.
not.
And his dad just told him. His dad just told him.
I was
Stop
joking.
fighting like a
Like-
human.
like
Like
when
So
they
you
are
wouldn't think
trying
twice.
to-
You wouldn't think
She
twice.
About
was
somebody
trying to
kill
kill
me?
him.
Mhm.
She was trying to
About
kill
somebody
him.
trying to kill me.
Listen. Equal rights and equal lefts, all right?
What was my man name say from Yu Yu Hakusho? He said, I don't care if
I don't care if she's a baby or somebody's grandma.
I don't care if she's a baby or somebody's
I
grandma.
mean, okay, you don't want to kill her. Rip her arms off. Do something.
I'd rather you rip her
Take that
arm off.
knife, slice her arm off.
Wait,
Yeah.
my thing was this. Like you said, why do people have all these powers and they don't use it? Or whatever?
Yeah.
My thing is, okay, Batman doesn't kill and Spider-Man doesn't kill. Those are the best superheroes that arguably.
And
the best
Superman.
superheroes.
But Spider-Man
Superman will kill if he has to.
Ah.
Superman will kill if he has
But they still at least incapacitate the person so they can't
Oh,
come
right.
back and
to. Right.
kill
So
him.
that's what I'm saying. Like he did not have to kill her.
No, he didn't have to.
That's what I okay, and that's what
Right.
I was saying. Okay, you don't want to kill her,
Knock
chop
her
her
out.
arms off,
Right.
like you know,
You gotta be a,
leg,
you gotta be
break
a
an
sick
arm.
somebody to say, all right, there we go.
You gotta break a leg, break an arm.
yeah.
Right.
something.
There you go. Break both arms, break both knees.
Like
Do
Kneecap
something so she can't keep beating you up.
Right, because I don't even know if he was throwing a punch back, was he?
He was.
He
he
was.
was.
Okay.
He did.
No,
Like,
he
once he
punched
started-
her in the face multiple times.
Yeah, and then
but
when
like,
she looked like she was like he was getting the best of her, then he just kind of stood there like, oh my gosh, I'm defeating her, and because
No, I'm talking about
he-
before he thought about putting his father's advice into action. Wasn't she just like kicking his can without him like
Oh, yeah,
fighting
yeah,
back?
yeah.
Exactly.
And then we're talking about when he started fighting back, he was doing real good.
Right.
And that whole little comic, I think I'm pretty sure that was a comic style montage. It was just like frame for frame,
Yeah.
Right.
and everybody getting
Right.
their shots in.
Yeah.
Right.
Then he was about to win,
Right.
and I was like, if you're not gonna kill her, at least knock her out.
Right, because my
Right.
thing was like,
Yeah.
no, he does not have to become his father.
Yeah,
Right.
he
He
does.
could still incapacitate.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Exactly.
That is all we're saying. Like,
he didn't
you don't
have to kill her.
Right.
I was
Right.
just upset and hesitating to do anything. It's
Yeah,
like
because
now
then she
she
wound
can
up
cheap shot
stabbing
you.
him
Well, she did.
in the stomach.
Right, but he's
He's
Lucky for him. I mean,
okay, and that also brings up something that I thought about. I don't think I said it out loud though. But when Steve Harvey got eviscerated in the cave,
Yeah.
and he was like his guts didn't fall totally like
Yeah,
to the
he caught
ground.
him. He did
I was
catch him.
thinking, I was like, now he's a Viltrumite, so his cells can regenerate. So
Yeah.
I was thinking, I said, so he might not be dead.
yeah,
So then when he came in and he like broke Nolan's back.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I do like the fact that they didn't nerf the Viltrumites,
At all.
even though like
What do you mean by nerve?
Make them
Make 'em
weaker.
weak,
for the
weaker.
system.
you know like nerf
Oh,
like
okay.
nerf football and stuff like that.
Okay.
So like after like Nolan turned the female Viltrumite into one of the Titans from Attack on Titan,
Smoked it.
and then the other dude's head was like misaligned or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Like the bull came out of nowhere, Steve Harvey, and like broke his back off.
Stood on that man's
Yeah.
back.
So because you said, wait, I thought he was dead, and I thought it, but I didn't say it out loud. I was like, he might still be alive, Steve Harvey, because he didn't like pass out at. So all right, so you said 8 out of 10. Now we do letter grades, so that equates to like a B.
Well, yeah, 80%. Yeah.
Okay, so you give it a flat B.
B plus.
All right, so you give it a B plus. Sim season, Sim Dog, Sim Burton, Sim Hardaway, Sim Duncan,
Sim Duncan.
Slim Dog Millionaire.
Some dog millionaire. Some dog millionaire. I would give it a flat A. Straight A.
Flat A.
Yeah,
Okay.
give it straight A.
Fair.
Straight A.
I'm sorry, he said flat A. I said nothing. Big little sis Carolina. Somebody here said came prematurely, but I didn't mention anything.
Yeah,
About
they came prematurely.
it. Anyway, big little sis.
Yeah.
What grade do you
I
give?
don't know. I wasn't that happy with this season. I would give it with this episode, I give it a B minus.
B minus.
B minus. I'm going to give this one a solid. Wait, is that right? A.
Yeah,
Solid
I give it a
A.
solid
I'm give it a solid A.
I give it a solid A.
I love, and again, it doesn't always have to be like action. Like I love Debbie's arc or whatever. I love the fact that she like kind of got over some of it. Of course, she's not completely over it.
Yep.
But she had to, pack away those things. She was looking at his pictures. I was like, this seems like somebody would really do.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
coping
Okay,
with something.
she was on the men. I agree with that.
Right.
But I still,
You just didn't like Mark getting whooped.
See, I think that's it. I think you just didn't like him.
You just didn't like
that
him getting
aspect of the
whooped
episode.
like that.
And
Not
so
at all.
I think you might be maximizing the one thing you don't like, and I think that's overshadowing.
It's overshadowing.
Okay.
Remember, it's a whole episode.
okay, so
No, you don't have to regrade. If you find B plus, B minus, it's gonna be a B minus.
If you really wanted the episode to be a B minus for you.
I mean, because it's like this one point, like Debbie like goes to his grave, and she knows he's not in there.
Yeah, she did.
yeah, I
she's
was
like, what's
wondering
going-
why she was there.
I think that's just her way of also mending as well. That's her
Yeah.
release. It's like, did I even know you? It's like, was any
Right.
of this real?
Yeah.
And
Right.
and we know that some of it was real
Yeah.
because Nolan was about to kill Mark in where
First season?
no, the series season finale.
Yeah.
And he's like, and he had that flashback about baseball, so we know that some of it was real.
Yeah.
But he didn't communicate that to his mother.
Well, I think,
Yeah,
most of it was real. Most of it was real, I'd say.
I think it was too, because again, like we we disagree about that. Like I don't think he ever wanted to put the Viltrumite plan in action.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I do believe like he wanted all of it to be real.
Mm-hmm.
But when Mark got his powers, he's like, hey, now I gotta murk all these. I gotta get the main opposition with Guardians of the Globe.
Get the Guardians out.
I gotta kill these guys.
Yeah.
And I don't think he really wanted to do it.
Yeah, no, I think that makes sense.
Because like now that you're here, it's like they could probably track us faster.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. I mean, I'm honestly, like it took him the whole 20 years to decide. So, 18 years to decide.
So you're saying now that there were two Viltrumites on Earth, he actually had to do something, but as long as it was just one, he could just kind of keep mowing along?
He probably could.
He probably could. He could just. He's like the most powerful person on the planet. Like yeah.
There is no threat, in other words.
Right.
Yeah.
So when Alan from Orath, he thought he was coming to Orath, he was coming to Earth instead. He's like, yeah, it's just me here.
Mhm.
And then like if the Viltrum, I don't know if they communicate with each planet or whatever. But like he could have said, yeah, everything's under control here.
Yeah.
So again, that's all theory, that's all speculation. But this has been a great, worthwhile discussion about Dragon Ball Z. Again, I don't know anything about Dragon Ball Z. This was a great episode. I gave it an A. Okay. Big Little Sis gave it a B minus. You gave it a flat A,
I
right?
gave it a flat A.
And you gave it a B
B
plus, right? So these are good grades all around. If you ever get a test back and it says any of these grades, you're like, yeah.
You can live with that.
All right. So if you like the videos, if you like our discussion, if you like our takes, write a comment, write a dissertation in the comment section if need be. David Brent, please let them know where those comments go, sir. Thank you so much, Mr. Brent. Do your part, I'll do my part. Big Little Sis will do her part. Sim Duncan, Sim Dog Millionaire will do his part. Sauce Boy 6 Billion will do his part. And do your part so that the Great Expanse by John Bat 426 can and will expand. It's in the name. All right.
Okay.